How Did We Get Here? Starring Mouse and Creep, featuring Doom and Vault. Episode 16. An owl eats a mouse, receives a mucus blowjob, then has a tall glass of water.
Alright, so I already told them this story, but I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
I was saving it. I was trying to... Since I'm insomniac...
Did this happen at work?
No.
Okay.
I just told them because we were together. And so I was trying to sleep, and I was finally crashing for like the first time in a week because of my insomnia. And I lay there, and when I hear screaming, even if it's like a mile away, I wake up. No matter what condition I'm in, medicine or not. If I hear screaming, my gut reaction is wake up, help that person now.
I think that's that paranoia that keeps you awake.
I actually have a good story about that too.
The paranoia?
No, about waking up because of screaming, other than this one. But
I've never had that personally.
I hear screaming really far away. Like at least, you know where we are, like past the school when we're going to work, like way down there. And I was like, oh fuck, it's screaming. Someone's screaming. Like fuck it. And I try to go in there for like it's getting closer. I'm like, okay, fuck. What is this?
Are they being chased or?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, are they being chased, and do I need to go run downstairs right now, full throttle with a gun or something? And here, and it's coming down this road here, and then I can hear it's a guy yelling at the top of his lungs as loud. This is 2 a.m, and I can now hear what he's saying, and he's just marching down the road, going, "Bitch boy, McTwist!" at the top of his lungs. And I mean over and over. Bitch boy McTwist. Bitch boy McTwist.
Bitch boy.
Fucking bitch boy McTwist. Y'all fucking bitch boy McTwist. Y'all bitch boy McTwist. And he keeps going.
So are you all bitch? Are
and
we
he
all
walks,
bitch boy
he
McTwist?
walks
Or
past,
you all bitch boy?
He walks past the front of the apartment. And I snapped. Because I was like, remember we were talking about how I need to know things now?
Yeah.
It's like, I need to know. And Alyssa woke up and went, what are you doing? And I'm putting on pants. I'm like, I need to know why in 2 a.m. someone is running down the street or jauntily walking, screaming bitch boy McTwist at the top of their lungs. So I put my shoes on, I grab my keys, I grab a knife because I'm not crazy, I'm not gonna die from bitch boy McTwist. And I get downstairs. I run down the stairs, and I get out to the road, and I can't hear anything. He stopped. He's been doing this for 15 minutes, but now he's stopped. And I'm just standing in the dark,
waiting to hear the whispers of.
And then I ran down here to the 4-way, and I was like, here. But it was like a SkyTrain or something. I was like, no! I need to know! And I'm like looking around, like, is he dead in a bush? And then,
so the cops get him and very quietly take him away?
And I start I'm like, fuck, I needed to know. And then Doom was pointing out just like, I start calling it out. Like, bitch boy McTwist! Like, trying to get him to answer back. And then I become him. I'm walking down the street screaming bitch boy McTwist. And some other guy comes out and like, well, might as well go home. And he starts. I like that idea. But just like, I had no closure.
Bitch boy McTwist travels across the nation.
And bitch boy McCception.
like Terry Fox's run for, what is it? The run of freedom? The run of hope? The hope run? Just in so we had the bitch boy McTwist. He made it around faster than
Yeah, it's one of those times, and I came back up, and Alyssa's like, "Did you find the crazy person?" Like,
when the game of telephone actually
it was
works.
Me, honey.
When the game of telephone actually works.
That's pretty good. But yeah, it's just I just needed to know, and I'm never gonna find out. And if you were listening at the moment, guy who screamed "Bitch Boy McTwist," I need to know. Please comment something.
I like that when the game of telephone actually works. Principal Skinner says that the teachers will crack any minute. Purple Monkey dishwasher.
Yeah, the other story I have for people screaming at night was when I used to live up at Gateway, at the Quattro buildings. I lived in the one that burnt down. I moved into it after it was rebuilt. But like I said,
you know what that is, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
World's
know.
smallest violin.
Well, my
you
brother
can't
did.
sell this shit without the bow.
But yeah, so I heard a woman who was close to our apartment screaming like she was being raped.
Okay.
Like guttural from the lungs.
Blood curdling.
Blood curdling
I'm
rape
being
screams.
raped.
Yeah.
Please help. I'm being murdered after this rape. Please help. So
There's a turkey in the oven and my children are home alone. I gotta yell to take the edge off that shit. Somehow.
there is no edge, trust me. So I grabbed a tomahawk, because that's what I had at the time.
You know, like most people
Feathers
do.
and all.
I had like
Feathers and all.
No, mine's a tactical tomahawk. And I ran outside, ran down, and I kicked open this back wooden door. And I was expecting to see this woman in a bush being viciously raped. And I'm like, now I have to kill someone. And I'm not wearing a shirt.
This will
And
be
I look
my
like this.
This will be my first act of defense, and I will look like the bad guy.
All the while, the soundtrack from Turok is heavy drum.
Just kick him through. I am Torah.
So I kicked open the door. And I'm waiting, and it's these 3 drunk chicks, and they're just screaming for fun. And now they're
Someone's
quiet.
getting raped.
They're quiet.
So I raped him to teach him a lesson.
They're standing
Never
in the middle
cry
of the
wolf.
road, and I'm just standing there holding a tomahawk, shirtless, with my beard, sweaty because I've been running, and just like, shut the fuck up! I just went back inside and just like I was the bad guy. Someone is calling the police.
I tried to be the good guy. I tried to be Turok. Instead, I ended up being Turok.
It only works when there's dinosaurs around.
Yeah.
Or in the newer...
You can only hatchet bitches when there's dinosaurs.
I need that as a t-shirt.
That'd be a great t-shirt.
And, except for the new Turok, you can only hatchet people if they're either dinosaurs or guys just doing their job on the planet you just happen to be on.
Before we go into Turok,
All right.
hello everyone and welcome to How Did We Get Here? My name is Mouse.
And I'm Creep.
And we're joined once again with Doom
Hello, hello.
and Vault.
That intro was way too fucking long.
Deus Vault.
We have a lot
That was
of
7-minute intro.
we have a lot of cold opens here. Get over it.
So about Turok.
Hey, that doesn't top our best cold open, which was what, an hour.
The
and
whole
10
code
minutes?
open, yeah. No, back to the Turok thing. Like, if you go up to anything and stab it with a knife, if you don't immediately kill the thing that you stab with the knife, you basically just walk up to it and poke it with the knife. And it's like, fuck. And you poke it again. It's like, and it runs away. You gotta chase after it, keep poking at it until you're allowed to get the kill move with the fucking knife.
Yeah, that game was awful.
This great, big, angry, heavy-set native guy who basically is the final form of Connor from Assassin's Creed 3, running around slitting the throats of Diplodocus.
I was gonna say was a big Indian in the closet. Indian in the cupboard, sorry.
I wonder what
Yeah,
he's up
it's
to.
Nothing. He's probably dead. That is our childhood, and you know it.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. You guys keep going.
I just hated that last Turok because the last boss is a Tyrannosaurus Rex who just ruins your shit, and everything you learned throughout the game was pointless.
Which Turok was this?
The one for 360.
Oh, the,
It's just
the green
Turok.
cover? Yeah.
Just because the entire time you learn the game, like, okay, if it's a raptor, I have to shoot it with a bow and arrow, then go knife it. If it's a guy, shoot it with a bow and arrow and move on and never be seen or heard. That's the entire game. Never be seen or heard. And in the last battle, you're on a helipad, and a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it's like, yeah, you remember all those grenades you've been saving? I better start throwing those. And the thing is, the thing's unkillable. I don't think anyone has ever beaten that game, legitimately. You're whipping grenades and shooting rockets, and it's just like, nope, I don't care, yum. And he just eats you. It's fucking
I believe it was Turok 3. That was for the
Cerebral
N64.
War.
Al,
That's the best weapon.
Yes. But
sorry, Creep, you were wrong.
Aw,
He has done other shit.
damn it.
His real life name is Lightfoot. And he,
What's his last name?
That's his name. Lightfoot. And he was in Mortal Kombat Annihilation as Nightwolf. No!
What?
That's him.
Done.
No.
And the last movie that he did was in 2002 called Adaptation. That was
I saw that.
was a Nicolas Cage movie. Actually, he was in House of Cards, CSI Miami, 29 Palms.
Was he a bad guy in CSI Miami? I guess.
He was a card dealer.
Weird.
So since Indian in the Cupboard, he was in Kull the Conqueror.
What was that other one we just found out when it's one of those things where, like, someone from your childhood, and you're like, they're probably doing nothing, you find out that you've been watching movies with them for years? Oh, the chick from that show you made me look up to see if she was still bangable. When we used to play that game. The wizard one.
What?
That
wizard one.
That
the
wizard show
scientist.
you wanted me to look up to
Don't
see
you
if the main characters were bangable.
The Craft?
It's a TV show.
Oh, Worst Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we looked up the main...
Do you remember Worst Witch? It was on YTV. Mildred Hubble was
No.
the main character. It was a
I
British
haven't
show.
seen a picture.
It was a British show, and the main evil bad teacher. Now she wasn't evil, but she was like the hard ass like Snape. Her name was Miss Hardbroom, and
Damn.
she wrote the whole thing.
And it was like the main character.
Yeah, the main character. Yeah, it's another
Oh
inebriation cast.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, here it is.
The main character is the girlfriend from
Worst
Happy
Witch. It was on YTV back in the day.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, do you remember
Yes,
this?
Yeah.
She is the main witch in The Craft, the movie The Craft.
And
I've
she's...
never seen that.
Have you seen Waterboy?
Yes.
She's his girlfriend.
Okay, yeah.
It's
yeah,
one of those.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was.
No, it's that chick.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Happy.
It's one of those things where it like clicks and you're like,
Whoa.
I've been... What the fuck?
Well, that was like the we were talking about this just the other day.
16?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
What's his name?
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken being on the show 16 as
Oh.
the security guard. Did you remember that?
No.
Yeah,
He's staring at his phone like a fucking prick.
Hang on,
We have guests.
I want to show him The Craft because he remembers The Craft.
Okay.
He just doesn't remember The Craft.
I know we talked
That
to you
movie.
about it.
The Witchcraft movie. No?
Nope.
I know
Shit.
I talked to Bolt about this, but...
Well, that's what
Or
she
no,
grew
the
up
other way around.
into.
I talked to Doom about this, not Bolt.
I know who that is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's
I'll
the girl
have
from
my
Worst
free
Witch.
talk, 'cause
Okay.
Same
people are
girl.
talking. What was I going to
Go ahead.
say?
Sorry, Creep. Go ahead.
You wanted to talk to Volt about what?
Fuck, I lost it.
People who we used to know from our childhood who were bangable?
No, that's not it. We were just... Fuck, I lost it. It was good.
Say wheelbarrow.
I was going to say that.
Say wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow?
Now you remember.
No, I don't.
Sure you do.
I'm thinking
Wheel.
about wheelbarrows.
Watch. Just listen. You what?
I'm thinking about fat chicks and wheelbarrows.
Anyway, while Creep's trying to find that out, I
Dumping
was talking about Turok 3.
I was going
That-
to go into my 600-pound life, but this sounds better.
that scene where you're going through, I don't know what it was, the sewers or something, and you're following that one guy who's like, hey, follow me, I know the exit. And then you kind of walk around the corner,
Yeah?
and then he goes climbing up the thing, and you're just standing there, and you can't climb the ladder until he gets
yeah.
to the top. And you're just watching him, and then just his legs fall down. And you're like, oh, man. Thanks for leading me to the exit, but like, where the fuck do you go? So
Why
you
would I
walk up
ladder
there-
if that's what happens on ladders?
Exactly. And then you're kind of just left to go, yeah, now I got to go up there. So then you go up there.
Might take
and
the
there's
long way.
There's some weird fucking four-legged, I can barely remember what it looks like, but that
Oh,
four-legged,
yeah, that's when shit
like,
got
alien
weird in that
thing,
game.
yeah. And it's just like mowing down on the whatever's left of half of his body. And, it turns around and it's got that really fucked up mouth and Turok's just like, what that mouth do? And then he just comes over and just fucking slaughters you.
I love it. I actually did remember it. Have you seen the picture of Christopher Walken as like a 20-year-old?
No.
He looks like Scarlett Johansson.
No. No, you're
Like,
telling
two
me.
pictures.
yeah.
I'll show you after, but there's two pictures side by side, and yeah, Christopher Walken when he was 20 was hard fuckable.
Really?
Like they look almost identical. Like
Because I've already
and
discussed
it
this.
has the captions. Remember when Christopher Walken used to be Scarlett Johansson?
Because I was having this discussion with my wife. It's like, when I become rich and famous, I get one. And I told her I'm going to have way more than one if I'm fucking people who are rich and famous. I get way more than one. I told her, I want you to know I will actively cheat on you with stars. Okay? And then I'll come home and tell you how they were. But I get one.
Celebrity fuck review.
It doesn't matter.
That's a great YouTube channel.
CFR.
But Scarlett Johansson is my one. She said you get one. Who is it? And I said, I'll take Scarlett Johansson.
While we're on that topic, I know my one, and you know my one.
Who's your one?
You two have
Oh, Guy?
one? No, just in general.
Who's your one?
It's Tom Hardy. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not even gay, and I would fuck that man's brains out.
Who's Tom Hardy?
That guy who played the guy who played Bane from
Okay.
Dark Knight.
Mad Max.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, oh, okay, yeah.
That guy's gorgeous.
Get in there!
Just pounding it. Pounding it.
New porno killed Mad on Max.
Yeah.
You just started something you don't even know.
My favorite gay one was Breaking Brad.
So who's your one?
Who's your one?
Come back to me. Come back to me.
One celebrity.
Come back to me.
Doom.
Doom
You
you
got
got
one.
one?
Just looking up
Or is
her
he
name.
asking for
I'm
permission?
looking up her name right now.
Oh, you know what she's in, you just don't know her name.
Is he asking for permission? I think that's what he's doing.
No, I'm looking up the
Is
show.
it
she was
okay
on.
if I say I would bang this? I don't have a chance with Tom Hardy, but goddamn it, am I not going to try if I get to touch his milky thighs?
there are certain guys that being as straight as a Chinese girl's bangs as I am, the joke being that some of them curl at the end. Who would you... What?
This is when we need a monkey in the corner with a drum set and go ba-dum test.
Yeah. But, like, there are certain guys that you would, even though being totally straight, that you realize that is a beautiful man, and you'd fuck him. For me, it's like Tom Hardy,
Jonathan Rhys Meyers.
Patrick Warburton. Oh, yeah.
No, what was it? Carl Urban. Carl
yeah.
Urban, hands down. He's the guy who played the new Judge Dredd.
Okay.
In the first Red movie, he's the bad guy.
Okay,
He wasn't
one
bad.
for me. One for me. Just found her name. She's not. I guess she is a celebrity, but she's not super famous.
You're low swinging, so there's a chance. Good
yeah,
job.
exactly. Right.
Gotta be in the realm of possibility.
Bianca
Impossible.
Kadlich. Bianca Kadlich. She was in Rules of Engagement. She was. I think I've showed.
Was
Vault
she
before.
the young wife? Not Patrick Warburton's
Yes.
wife? Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
there's
Fucking hot.
there's the
Yeah.
realm of possibility. There's the realm of impossibility, and there's the spot where the two of them meet, and that's where you are. That's where you are, Doom.
Yeah, I'm looking at the realm where I could fuck Tom Hardy like a mile away, grasping for it. Like,
Tom Hardy is
like
so far away that you
grasping
could
for a-
stop, turn around, and you still wouldn't be on the horizon.
I'm like grasping for water in a desert that's a mile away, like that kind of, I want to fuck up. God damn it!
You're grasping for Tom Hardy in the middle of a desert. You want water, but you'll settle for Tom Hardy.
They're both the same thing. They both sustain me. Good go.
Came so hard.
Mine would
Garrett
have to be
came
Emma
out of
Stone.
it. Emma Stone?
Emma Stone.
That's a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good choice.
Kinda
She's
cliche,
awful.
but
Kind
alright.
of cliche, but it's not as cliche as. No offense, Scarlett Johansson,
No, that's,
Emma Watson.
I'm
Look,
pretty sure that's what's more to.
you think that you know why Scarlett Johansson because it's Scarlett Johansson. That's not the reason, and I will not tell you the reason because it's way too revealing that I wish to be to even him. And we talk every fucking day. But
I would from Ghost
You're
in the
among
Shell.
friends.
I really want to see that movie.
look, I don't need to see Scarlett Johansson in a nude suit because I already know what she looks like nude.
No, you don't.
I've got those pictures. But
I had a friend. Okay, that just reminds me. I had a friend at work.
Our work?
Yes,
Oh.
and right,
Now I need to
and he came up to me, and we were talking about Game of Thrones.
ugh.
And because I was asking, actually, you guys might know, I can't remember her name. She's a voice actor for Mass Effect Andromeda that's coming out. She's, I can't remember the doctor's name, but she's a doctor of some sort. She's a blue alien, and I'm forgetting her name right now.
Is she
Liara?
in Game of Thrones?
Yes,
Is she
she's
Liara?
I
in
have
Game
no
of Thrones.
clue.
Well, then that means she's either
She's not
the
Khaleesi.
mother of dragons,
No.
or she's the girl who always likes to take her top off with the red hair, who was also in Sherlock, who's playing the brand new Moriarty.
Or she's the mom who's mad.
I really like the mom.
Whose mom off.
She is sick. She is sick. The shit that she is in, the different variations of characters she can play are just fantastic.
I don't know her name.
I love Mama.
If you haven't watched Dread,
Natalie
watch
Dormer.
Dread.
Oh,
Natalie
okay.
Dormer.
Let's
So
see a picture of her.
I was trying to.
She's the one with the.
We're losing
Weird
a lot
smile?
of our female fans
She's the
right
one,
now.
is she the one with like the curly hair? She's always taking her top off for somebody.
I'm not sure. I haven't.
Her. She has. That's exactly what I was talking about. She has her own fan page on Facebook for just how pretty she is.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
We're losing a lot of our female viewers, which, looking at our analytics,
Is most of them.
85 to 90% of our viewers.
And
All
that
right,
one
so
Italian
that's
guy.
I was talking to this guy at work.
Shout outs to that Italian guy.
And I was trying to find out the name of this chick, and he was saying, "Oh, the Khaleesi actress," and I said, "Well, no." And then he just hits me with, that chick didn't have a body double for any of her nude scenes. She actually did that herself. And I said, "Well, yeah, because she was a porn
Why
star."
is that relevant?
And he's like,
Was she really?
"Yes, she's a porn star."
Oh,
And
fuck.
we've
Now I
lost
gotta
the
look shit up.
No, Khaleesi.
And we've
the
lost
actress
Mouse
for
for the
Khaleesi.
evening.
I can't remember her actual name. But, yeah,
Well, now I don't have to. Now I don't
There
have
you
to
go,
go,
Mouse.
now I don't have to go
You
home
wanna
and
watch this for a couple
masturbate to girls being hung. I can just look up her old porno videos.
Oh.
But yeah,
You
and
laugh,
that-
but I've
that
got a
was-
title in my head.
The whole point of that story, the funny element of it, was that I thought everyone had known that she was a porn star. But
No.
apparently not. Have fun tonight.
See, here's the thing: is I watched the first season of Game of Thrones, and I haven't watched a single one. And it's not that I don't like the show; it's that I'm already a very sad and jaded person. And the last thing I want to watch before I pass out is depressing shit of like, I like that guy. Oh, he's dead. I like that chick. Ah, she's dead.
Now that I'm connected
Like,
to this
it's
character,
just so-
let's kill him.
Like, if I watched it first thing in the morning, it'd be different, but I don't work that shift. I watch it before I go to bed, and like, the last thing I want is like, oh, I'm sad. Same reason I can't watch The Walking Dead. It's not because it's a bad show. It's I can't stand that everyone is the equivalent of hitting a 2-year-old with a hammer in the head for the amount of intelligence they have in the apocalypse.
Right.
That little girl ran out into the zombie apocalypse. Let's take all of our resources, weapons, and time and go save her. Or cut that limb off and move on. If the mom wants, I'm gonna go get her. We'll have fun. We'll be gone.
Well, yeah, it's like
Here's an O. Henry.
I've already said this.
Have fun.
I'm pretty sure I've already said this on the podcast. You would know, but you would know Vault. But
He is our only fan.
you're our only fan who listens consistently. But during a zombie apocalypse, I really suggest that you murder old people. Now, the reason I say that is
You mean
because
non-discriminately?
First of all, you don't have to say anything because I already agree.
Do
you
you
need
mean
to-
non-discriminately?
no, entirely discriminately.
If they're in
You
your
kill-
group? Or just like,
Yes.
if you walking by and there's an old guy blow
I
his head
say
off.
you kill old people and people who have pets, and especially old people that have pets.
Yes, I agree.
And I say that because in most of the shit that I have watched, as far as like movies and television and video games, the people who cause everyone else to die are old people.
Also, really ditzy chicks who are somewhat hot.
Old people, people with dogs,
Day to
or
day.
sorry, pets, people with pets, or old people with pets.
That would take time.
I was
Because-
going to go a totally different direction with that, but yeah.
Because like if you take like Dead Rising for example, what was the reason that all the zombies got into the fucking mall? The reason that all the zombies got it is because one old bitch saw her dog outside with the rest of the zombies. And rather than saying, I guess the dog is gone now, what you did instead was you pulled apart the barrier that was holding the zombies back, and the zombies got in. And you died, and the dog survived, because zombies don't want animals for some fucking reason. And then there was
I guess all the furries are safe.
yeah.
Sorry.
Like they did, there's just one standing in a crowd just, yeah,
I'm a
finally
fox.
paid off.
I'm totally a fox.
And then there's a Day of the Dead. I'm pretty sure it was Day of the Dead when everyone was in the mall.
Yes.
With Ving Rhames.
Fuck, I love him.
I love Ving Rhames.
With his half mustache that
Yeah.
he pulls off better than anyone.
What was the reason that all the fucking zombies got in?
Dumb girl.
Strangely enough, another dumb bitch going after her pet. Kill old people, kill people with pets, and kill old people with pets.
See, I've explained this to the Vault and Mouse, but I don't think I've explained it to you. If the apocalypse happened right now, I wouldn't be anyone's friend. I would be a raider king. If you want to be a raider, come on, join me. But when a group of people show up and like, hey, we have water, we're just looking for food. You have water. I've snapped at this point. You're all dead. Just bang, bang, bang. Look, we have water now, guys. Look at all that water I gave you.
Yeah.
I'll
And a bunch of bait for zombies so you can keep them away.
I will become the Raider King, and I'll just sit on a big stool, and Volt will sit on my side like Princess Leia, and I'll drink soup out of his skull.
And the eyes will be plugged up because otherwise the soup will just drain out of the eyes.
And Doom and Mouse, we just know better, so we're just like we're long gone to that.
No, you're my chief of security, and I have like a big screen TV that I've cut the back out of and put a thing in, and Mouse is just gonna like act out movies that used to exist.
I can do that. I got a really good memory. And then I'm doing some scene in front of it. It's like I don't remember what happened next, so I'll skip to what I do remember, and then it's just me falling out of a building. The end. But there was a whole middle section there that explained even who you were that we don't even know.
It's like
make it up.
Have you two watched Rick and Morty?
No, I don't.
I love Rick and Morty.
I've heard it's very good.
There's an episode where everything goes to Cronenberg.
Oh yeah.
And
oh fuck.
Everyone becomes this horrible monster. It's a long episode that does it all, but everyone's a horrible, disgusting monster. And
Cronenberg monsters.
Rick and Morty leave to go to a different dimension where everything's not Cronenberg. And then in that dimension, Rick and Morty come to the Cronenberg world, so everything works out. But it's like his family didn't get Cronenberg because all the monsters at Cronenberg were people who were in love with Morty. And his own family can't be in love with him. So they're the last 3 surviving people. They're just killing the monsters. And it's the husband, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Anyway, him and his wife sitting on the couch, and their daughter is in a cardboard box, and it says Jaws written in Sharpie, and she like has like a shark puppet she's made out of garbage, and she's like, that was a big shark, and she's acting out Jaws for them. Like, I love our life. Whatever happened to Morty? Who cares? And then just go about their day.
No, I can do it, but I thought that I was going to be, because you're always brawn, I would be the brains. And at least be able to talk to people.
Fine.
As they're being mauled to death. Okay, I've got to fucking go back in this
You can be like the guy in Skyrim who's always in the back with a cloak on, just like, I'm the real ruler.
I am not nice. Have you seen when he did that? I am not nice.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to Game of Thrones, really quickly, because I had to get this point out, but we just kept on jumping from fucking spot to spot. I was talking to someone yesterday about Game of Thrones, and he was talking to my wife, and he said, do you like Game of Thrones? And she said, yes, I really like Game of Thrones. He said, I fucking hate Game of Thrones. And I feel sorry, and he points to me, I feel sorry for you for having to deal with the fact that she really likes Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Because I sat down and I watched Game of Thrones, and I thought it was okay for a little while. But after about the first season, I realized it was pretty much just a midget fucking everybody. I was like, I don't even watch Game of Thrones. Is that really a thing? Like, I understand that everybody has sex, especially in quote-unquote medieval times. On
where everyone is remarkably clean and old.
Yeah, it's like going back again to the Halo Legends. Here we are on planet feudal Japan.
That's one thing about Game of Thrones that I always thought was really neat. Was I remember watching.
I really hope you're going to go a different direction than a midget having sex with everybody.
Well, yeah. Well,
it's kind of hard. We'll come back from that.
But no, it was one of those shows that would like the first time I saw it was back when, I don't know if you guys did this. I might be alone. But, like, late night television, okay? You're like maybe...
you mean like when Spawn used to play?
9 or 10 years old, and you were like, hey, Showcase is showing, like, you know, some real sex or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
And they got weird, I'll admit it. But you'd switch between the AMC and fucking HBO back and forth.
I can't remember. Did I tell the story of Little Jimmy Ha on the podcast? Yeah. Okay, then I can't tell it again to you. Okay. That's a shame.
But yeah.
I love that story.
And I'd be laying there, and this is like back in the day. When you could,
back when Teletoon was good.
In front of the TV and you use the buttons on the television.
Back when Channel 29 actually had music videos.
I was scanning through and then, sure enough, there was this really cool medieval show. I've always been into medieval things and video games and all that. So I figured I'd give it a watch. And this was back when like no one had heard of Game of Thrones. And it was just this really cool show, and like the way I remember it isn't the way it was, but this is just the way I remember it, and I'm going to keep it that way. Basically, there was a little girl who was chasing after her dog, and she had a crush on this other little boy. And then they ran down this field or something. Everyone's going to have a panic attack because they might know this episode, and it went a whole totally different way, but this is the way I remember it. And they were running along this edge of the river kind of thing, and then the parents came out and said, hey, you can't hang out with that boy, don't do that. Then they went back to the town, and then some midget was getting a blowjob by 2 chicks. I thought that was freaking sweet because it was like there's a cool dog, there's some kids. I'm a kid. I can relate to kids.
I like dogs.
They had some swords. I like swords. They had knights, some cobblestone roads. Those are pretty sick.
Midge getting a blowjob.
Open
I
the
want a
door,
blowjob.
And then there's a midget. Midgets are hilarious. No offense, but they're funny. And then there's 2 naked chicks. I'm 10 years old. Naked chicks are great, and there's 2 of them, and they're sucking on a wiener of a guy who looks kind of like me because I'm young. So it was awesome.
I like it. Just like
I love the logical points.
just 1 in the morning, young.
Looks like me.
Just 1 in the morning, young Doom
With your
just
beard
looks-
and scar.
He's just watching it. Just 1 in the morning, young Doom just self high five.
Now,
Oh wait, is that the parents turn it off?
That's
What are you doing? I'm just looking at the TV.
That-
I'm going to
That's not
high
even
five
on.
my wiener for the next half hour.
That's what I use. That
Like a door stopper.
that young TV is what I used to call trampoline masturbating.
What?
Where it's little random like times like yeah, and oh yeah, oh, because you're going at it, and you're like yeah, oh fuck, it's a guy, and you have to wait a minute, and then like back to porn. Because you didn't have a computer,
I gotta
and if
say,
it did, all I could do was play Leisure Suit Larry.
fucking right. I gotta say, Vault, that is one thing that I have taken away from you that I absolutely love. When we were talking about Euphoria, it's the most difficult game of up and down I've ever played with my dick. That is fantastic. I love that. But it's like back in the day. Remember Channel 29 used to have music videos back when the Backstreet Boys fucking meant something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, they did.
But on Channel 100,
They didn't even back
when we
then.
finally got Channel 100, oh shit, Channel 100, boys, strap the fuck in. But Channel 100 would, on the weekend, show pornography. And so on Fridays, it would be
Softcore,
on
or is this-
softcore. Always softcore.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happened.
It's cable.
Yeah, it's
But
cable.
it was like something weird, like a guy rubbing an ice cube on a tit.
When someone was getting a blowjob, it was like there's a possibility she's just licking like mustard off his jeans. Like you didn't actually see what's going on.
That was the one I remember more than anything, was just turning it on, and it was just a guy, like, rubbing ice cubes on this woman's tits, and she was, like, coming because it was, oh, God, ice on my tits.
Turn the heat on.
And I just remember, like, even as a young kid, I was like, that can't be fun. Like, I played snow without clothes on, and that's not fun.
No, remember,
That's not fun.
no, remember like,
Well, maybe it might be different with the ice cube. Maybe-
Frostbite
yeah,
on
let me
the
try
nipple.
it.
but like Fridays, it would be the gays on Fridays. It's the Pride Network. What the fuck do you want? It's the gays on Friday. I wouldn't watch. On Saturdays, it was the lesbians. And I'd watch, and I'd get a hard on, but I wouldn't get enough to finish. And
Good old half
it was like, I was like, oh, look at this.
This episode went from Turok to masturbating
It's
fast.
this, oh look, it's this beautiful blonde girl in a schoolgirl outfit. I guess that's a fantasy for some to fuck an 11-year-old, but let's just move on.
Because they look like 11-year-olds, right? 'Cause they're in school.
It's this beautiful blonde schoolgirl who's probably 35, who's
Has a C-section.
making out very passionately and very, very lovingly with this other 35-year-old brunette wearing a schoolgirl outfit. And they made out and took their shirts off and made out, took their plaid skirts off and made out for about 45 minutes. And that's the end. Director, blonde girl, brown-haired girl, lighting, resources, producer, the
Catering.
end. Catering.
I want to
Nothing happened.
I want to know if there's someone in the world where that's their thing. Like the most dick teasy softcore porn. That is the thing that makes him harder than a rock. I want to know that. You know there's somebody, right?
He's
There
never.
has to be.
He's never.
But there's always
finished.
like, everyone always has like a kink. That's the thing that you like.
Yeah.
But it's like, if he's watching like really disgusting hardcore porn, he's like, this is not really doing it for me. And then he like goes to like Showtime and he's like, oh yeah. Kiss her gently on the neck.
Okay. There used to be a show on. Do you remember the Saturday Night Sex Show?
Yeah, with Sue.
I really like Sue. Sue is awesome. I don't know where she is now, but I
Never
hope she's
seen
doing just fine. There's basically just this old woman.
And it was,
This old
It was a
woman
call-in
sitting
show.
at
She
a
was like
desk.
she was like a sex like science.
Yeah. And she would sit there and like she would have like 15 different dildos behind her on like a shelf like this. And she would just take one off and show you how to roll a fucking condom down it. And people would email her. Sorry, they wouldn't email. Email wasn't around yet. They would mail a letter to her.
the best one
They
I
were
ever
pen
saw.
pals.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Before you go any further, the best one I ever saw that was someone called her and said, my boyfriend doesn't like it when I spit on his cock. And she was like, why are you spitting on a cock? And she's like, no, I mean when I'm giving a blowjob. She goes, you just like riling up and spitting on it from across the room? She's like, yeah. I go, no, that's not how you do it. Like she was just like, that's not what you do.
Well, Sue, you don't understand. A loogie has more lubricant properties to it than the regular saliva.
Oh, that reminds me of
You just made me think of how chunky it could possibly be for the person going down on it, and I hate you.
Okay, go.
No, like speaking of loogies,
I was interrupted. Fuck you.
Speaking of loogies and blowjobs, I was
Speaking of loogies and blowjobs, I have to
I
remember
told you
where I am in my head, or I'm going to lose it otherwise.
I told you about this a long time ago. I haven't told you two. I was searching. I was I came across this one weird hentai. It wasn't
Going down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
Okay.
It wasn't.
You came across this like you just...
I came across it. All right.
Yeah, when you're looking at cat videos on YouTube, some of that shit just pops up.
It wasn't. Not on YouTube. It can't be on YouTube. It's not a video.
RedTube, Pornhub,
yeah, some tube website.
Pororin, I think.
I've never heard of it.
No, I'll show you.
No, don't show me.
I'm not going to.
It sounds like sad teenager. Anyway, go on.
So tell me more about this spit.
It was a manga. It was a hentai manga, and what it was is this manga. Doesn't matter. Okay,
He's a weeaboo. Hurry up, weeaboo.
Shut up. And what it was,
where I am.
and what it was this 40-year-old MILF that was getting back into porn. And as she was giving the blowjob, she mentioned she has a secret technique. And the guy's like, what secret technique is this? Just wait a minute. And she blows her nose all over the guy's dick. and starts giving him a blowjob. Starts sucking his dick. It was like, I was like, this can't be that good. Just give it a couple more pages.
Give it a couple pages. Maybe I'll fix it.
It's gone.
I just like the idea of he walks out into his family's room crying with his pants on, covered in vomit. Just
oh god! Your mom gets up and
you've never done that, right?
But going back to what I was going to get,
just silence.
Going back to Sue, she got a letter talking about how this girl was really interested in anal and didn't know whether or not she should proceed with it. And the woman said, you can proceed, but make sure that you use a lot of lubrication because, and I swear to this, the lining between the vaginal wall and the anus is very, very thin. And what happens is, if he goes in too rough and creates too much friction, he can actually wear a hole in the lining between the vag and the anus, which eventually, because your shit is acidic, in a sense, it'll actually burn the hole wider, and you'll start shitting out your vagina. And I'm sitting there going, that is quite possibly the most important piece of information I will ever pull away from a sex conversation ever.
But you could be doing anal and get her pregnant at the same time. That would be the best conception story you have ever told.
That is a pretty sick story. I didn't think of it that way.
Guys, do you know where the fourth hole is?
Back to me.
Okay, now going back to Showcase, because you said the word everyone's got a kick, okay? Do you remember the show Kick?
We're not going to talk about sex this whole time.
If we talk about it's the inebriated sex cast,
sells.
it's the inebriated sex cast. Do you remember?
Send in your questions.
Do you remember the? Do you remember the TV show? It was on Showcase, I'm pretty sure, called Kink.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you?
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Basically, what it was a TV show about a bunch of 300 and up pound women talking about their sexual interests.
I don't remember this at all.
And basically, like, they had this really big fat woman come out wearing very little leather,
Interest, but no experience.
hanging like she's hanging
That's
down
me,
inside of herself.
Like
kind of
a
thing.
walrus flossing kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thing.
And she comes out and she goes, and my dad and I were watching this in our summer home. Because there's nothing to fucking do after the sun goes down.
In your summer home.
Yeah, in the country. Because there's nothing better to do.
Doom is summer home.
And so we're sitting there.
He's smoking a pipe
By
wearing an
the
ascot.
So
by
we're
the
sitting there
lake.
watching this fat woman talk about how she says, I like the voices of whips. They whisper to me.
Voices of whips.
The voices of whips.
Wow.
And I look to my dad and I go, and Dad looks at me and goes, ah! Like, those are the voices of whips. It was ridiculous. I miss old TV. Back when Teletoon was good.
Yeah.
Somebody get that cat off my head.
Hey, what you watching? Me? I'm just a TV. I'm not even human.
Oh, sound effects. Here's the T-Rex.
I'm really
Okay,
okay.
Oh, fuck, I hate that guy.
No, here's the thing. Me and Mouse love that PSA.
Yeah.
Love PSAs in general. We try to do it in the car on our phones, but I spent upwards of 6 hours online trying to find those kids and what they're doing nowadays.
Did you find any of them?
All of their information doesn't exist.
I think they just killed them.
They
right
don't
after
even. No,
the-
they don't even.
Well, you don't have to pay them if they're
They didn't
dead.
get credit.
No one's credited on that video.
Wow.
And you look it up and you like find like the video and like who is the kid who does the dinosaur noise, and nobody has an answer.
Is it a PSA though? Is
It's
it
a
actually?
PSA, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's a
probably
PSA,
why.
PSA to not
That's
hate
probably
yourself.
why.
Yeah, it's like, not everybody's good at everything. Everybody's good at something.
Yeah.
There's that fat kid on the bus with the tuba.
He's playing a tuba because he's fat.
like I want to know, like, because the thing that commercial blew my fucking mind when you see that one kid on the beach with the staff just spinning it a fucking round all around his body. Like, oh my god, he could kill me if he felt like it.
Yeah.
Now I don't.
And then you just flick back to the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I've told him about this. I haven't told you two. I don't even know if Volt will even know what I'm talking about.
Probably
Do
not.
you remember Don't Put It in Your Mouth?
Yes.
Don't you put it in your mouth?
Yeah. No.
They're these creepy blue puppets.
You don't remember? Don't put it in your
know
mouth.
that?
Okay, let me make something clear to you guys. For like the 16th time.
Oh yeah, you're a totally different you're the generational gap between.
Not
He
only that,
doesn't know what the
I was
hamster
poor.
dance is.
That's his only
No.
excuse. I was poor.
thank
I didn't
you.
have cable.
I was poor. I didn't have
I didn't
cable.
drink milk. I was poor.
I-
I didn't have cereal, the trick cereal, before it got changed into just
We had
balls.
nothing but onions
It was
and
flour
potatoes, and
because
we
I was
ate dirt
poor.
every day of the week.
I could be one of those kids where I could say, I went to school uphill in the snow, blah, blah, blah.
But no, uphill both ways. That was winning.
Uphill both ways. Oh, fuck you.
In my father's pajamas. Boy, this ice cap is cold.
Okay, so
But I was poor, bottom
Yeah.
line.
when I was a little
I was
bit
deprived.
younger, I think I was about 18, I was making a lot of money because I was doing a lot of different jobs. And I started wanting to buy things that were way out of my price range. Because I'm talking about I made pretty much double what we were making now. So not a lot when you're living it normally. I wanted shit that was way out my price range. So instead of doing what normal people do and go on like the computer and look up the price of yachts and shit, like what yacht best suits my needs at like 2 a.m, I would go to auctions and bid on shit that there's no way I could have afforded. And I was like, I'll find the money. Don't worry. With my friend. And I went to an auction that was selling props and shit. And that's how I kind of got into liking props. Because some of them are really cool because they let you walk around and look at them. Those puppets were for sale. And as soon as I saw them, I lost my goddamn mind. And I was like, you can buy these. You can buy these. And I thought, like, no adult here is going to know what these are. No one. No one's going to know what these are.
Don't you put it in your mouth once?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
blue
don't
puppets.
Okay, those puppets. Yeah.
The 2 blue puppets were on auction. Because apparently it was filmed around us. And I was like, okay, I can't lowball it because then someone will just come in and beat me by $1. And my friend at the time, Kendall.
Kendall
Wait,
Boone?
Kindle?
No, Kendall.
Kendall Boone.
No, different one. But she went just bid like $4,000. And I was like, all right. And I wrote down $4,000. Not in my mind going, you only have like $3,000 and that's rent money. And food and shit. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll find the money. And I did it, and we're sitting there, and it comes up, and I was like, I have a bid for $4,000. And I put my thing up, and they went, okay, we have $4,000. I was like, yes. And it goes, $4,000. And then some bitch in the back puts her hand up, and she has a phone. She's like, I have someone on the phone. I'm like, okay, what's he gonna bid? Like $4,500? I'll go $5,000 for these puppets. I don't need these puppets.
Yeah.
I have no use for them. And she goes, yeah, he's willing to bet $33,000.
What
I was like,
the fuck?
and I'm out.
Now I gotta shoot all these people just to get my fucking puppets.
Like that's the thing. Like I just walk out.
Murderer found, puppets never discovered.
Don't you put it in your mouth.
you put the barrel in the guy's.
Yeah, exactly.
They find
You
me,
don't know
they
where
find me like
it's
6 months later in a tool shed in like Alberta.
He put it in his
And
mouth.
I'm wearing just like my tidy whities, and I'm like all decrepit and dirty. And the cops like open the door, and I have the two puppets. I'm like, run! And I have them in my hands.
As he's
And
wiping
I
the
try
blood
to-
off his face, he's like,
And I'm trying to put them out the window. And the cops shoot me dead because they don't know if there's guns under the puppets.
I like the fact that they open up a tool shed or like they open up a container that like
the sea
like some shipment of containers comes in. And it's like, so all these containers are accounted for except for some reason there's
Is it Boston?
they're Boston
Bostonians.
Boston guys inside the harbor of Vancouver. So all of these containers they're all accounted for except for that one right there. And they punch the seal and they open this thing up and it's just the guy like in a wheelchair. Sorry, not a wheelchair, but like a wheelie office desk chair, like the duct tape to the fucking thing with half of his head missing. There's a sign hanging around his neck. He put it in his mouth.
There's a horror
He's
movie
got an
that can be made on
iPod
that now.
hooked up, just going down like the throat hole, and they take it out and they're like, they're listening. Don't you put it in your mouth?
And he
That'd
was
be
never-
great. Like that is a story that the news can't cover.
They just say container found.
That is the first dank meme.
I love shit like that.
Yeah.
I've always like wanted to make the news, but do it in like every time like if I make the news, it's gonna be in the most splashy, dramatic way ever. And I want the headline to be something ridiculous, like "Local man eats bear." Like,
Flying bear kills 2 people.
yeah,
Like,
that's a real one.
Yeah, that's because I told you.
Walt
on here.
found that. That's a real.
I'll find.
I like the idea that local man eats bear, and it's like down here at the Black Bear Pub, we have like some shit like that. They've gone out of business because, or as long as you got a burger, the drinks came free, and you just kept going back for more and bankrupted the place. Local man eats bear.
Yeah, I love. I want to be in that. Like when you see that fucking guy who's like on a 45-minute motorcycle chase with the Los Angeles police, and then like he eventually just wipes out, hits the deck. It's like that's he's gonna be remembered. Those news people got that memory to the day they die.
Local man trips down at the aquarium.
Well, what did you call Boston people? Bostonites?
What? No.
was that?
Bostonians?
Bostonians?
Is that what you're called? Okay. We are called Vancouverites,
I hate that.
which isn't so bad.
I prefer Canucks, honestly.
Do you guys know what people from Los Angeles are called?
Angels?
Angelinos.
No shit.
People from Los Angeles are called
What did,
Angelinos.
you say, what did you say people from Boston are called?
Bostonians.
Bostonians.
That's that sounds like a Fallout clan.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, but when we went to go see Game Grumps live, Alyssa really likes Game
Oh,
Grumps.
here it
Game
is.
Grumps
Here
are
it is.
great.
I like them. What is it?
Flying bear kills 2 Canadians in freak accident. Okay, Canadians, what's up? We don't see this often. Often? A flying bear killed 2 people in a freak accident, and this isn't the first time you've seen it? What the hell do you guys do in Canada? What's happening here stays here. I think the new movie is coming up. Bearnado. God damn it, not again. This is so funny.
Bear Canadian ladies.
If you want to read that,
There's a movie coming out called The Guardians. It's a Russian movie. And it's kind of like Avengers, but for Russian people.
Okay.
Here's
Here's the thing.
Rushby.
It looks really cool. And I was really weirded out because I'm like, well, normally I don't like those kind of movies because I don't speak the
I
language.
like cool movies.
There was a movie, I can't remember if it was Russian or Czechoslovakian, but it was called, like, I want to say Endlight or something. And you think it's going to be this awful, bad movie. It was fucking awesome. It's like this hitman guy who has like superpowers and he's driving sports cars up the side of buildings and jumps out of the building like full autos a bunch of people and kills hundreds of them. Like it's awesome.
So it's like a Bollywood movie with better special effects?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Bollywood movies are sick, dude.
Oh, I know, I've seen them.
But this movie, like I watched the trailer and the beginning of it is like this guy with a beard who like gets rock arms and he takes rocks from the environment and then like armors himself and makes weapons.
The fuck?
Like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then there's this guy who has
He's going to use cement and rebar at some point
like
in time.
this gigantic like hoop on his back made of metal, and it's two swords that are like super curved. And then he like runs super fast and he's cutting cars in half and killing people. I'm like, holy shit, this guy is cool. And
Like a chakra kind of thing, or they're actual swords?
like they're swords, but they go like they're perfect like U.
Oh, okay.
They're really cool.
Science kinda
But he's like cutting up cars and killing people, and then he does all these movements, and he stops and does like that dramatic movie pose thing, and
That dramatic movie pose, and
and
then at the
everyone's,
same
like,
time, all the-
drops.
Yeah.
And then there's this one guy who's
I find
like,
that weird. Why did the guy at the back take the same amount of time as the guy in the front?
there's some woman who has invisibility or something, but there's this big guy.
The end.
This big guy who's like the scientist, and I was like, okay, his superpower's probably kind of shit because he's the scientist, even though he's a big guy. And Mouse knows I fucking love bears like they're crack. I love bears.
Yeah.
I donate money to bear conservation. I go do breakfast to bear every couple months. I love bears. I have bears in that room everywhere. And the guy cuts to him, and he's like, ugh, fuck, it hurts. And then the next scene is him kicking the door open, and he's half bear, half man, and he has a minigun, and he just annihilates people. Like, I need to see this movie.
So wait,
I don't even care.
This is
So
like
he's Kuma.
He's a werebear.
this is like
He's got a man chest and a bear head and bear claws, but it's like skin in between. He looks so fucking stupid, but he's a bear.
So this is essentially a vodka-fueled Fantastic Four minus one person.
No, there's 4 people.
Oh, there's 4 people.
Yeah.
Okay, so vodka-fueled Fantastic Four.
Okay,
And I want to watch it.
I've got to talk about this because you before I lose it again, because you said Guardians. I sat down and watched the first 10 minutes, because that's as far as I could get, of I think what are they called? The Last Guardians? What is the movie with the fucking owls? All wearing
Guardians
armor?
of Gahul.
No.
That was actually part of
Was
the
it
title.
called The Guardians?
I think it was like The Last Guardian.
No,
The
I thought
Guardians.
you were
The
gonna-
The Guardians. The Guardian.
Something like that, yeah.
The Last Guardian was the game.
Okay,
Last Guardian.
now you look at this movie and you look at the trailer and you think, holy shit, owls wearing body armor.
Yeah.
That is so fucking sick.
Wasn't the movie garbage?
These are knights or some shit like that. That is so awesome. I sit down and I watch the first 10 minutes of this thing. And the very first scene of the movie, apart from explaining like the story of what's going on, is the dad of the family, who I really think is the guy who was the main scientist from the first Jurassic Park movie. It's him catching a mouse that's like on a branch or some shit like that and taking it home to his family. And the whole time I'm sitting there listening to these owls talking, I'm going, where's the mouse? Where is the mouse? You brought it home. You're an owl. You're gonna eat the mouse.
You gotta wear body armor. You gotta be able to have the food to fucking carry that shit.
Where's the mouse?
Yeah.
The mouse is here somewhere. Is it still in Dad's claws? Chances are when Dad grabbed the thing, his claws pierced inside of the mouse and the mouse is dead.
Yeah.
So you've got a dead mouse in your dad's claws. Where's the mouse? Are you guys gonna sit there and eat the mouse? Is that gonna be in this video? And my wife is sitting there going, she looks at me and she goes, where's the mouse? Well, I know, right? And so this whole time we're watching the beginning of this movie going, where's the mouse? And about 6 minutes in, there's a story and the brother doesn't give a shit about it, thinks the Guardians are total bullshit and all this other nonsense. And then it cuts to inside of their burrow in the tree. And the baby mouse and the baby owl goes, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, is he gonna cough up a hairball or something? And so,
Wow.
he's like, and he started to flap his wings, and he's having a real hard time, and everyone's like, oh, don't worry. And there's a snake that lives with them, who's like the grandma, which is so fucking weird. It's just this white old snake who's like, now off to bed, children. And the fucking owl's just, this fucking baby owl's like, what the fuck is going on? Is he gonna throw up a ring or something? And that's the last piece of the puzzle that was in some shit. It's like, and he coughs up this big meatball. Okay? That just rolls along the ground, covered in saliva and shit. Like, what the fuck is this thing? It's a pellet of some sort. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I was expecting like a fur ball or a feather ball or something that comes up, and the mother goes, "Oh, that's the mouse from the day before," and I'm like, "And I'm fucking done. Closure!"
And you punch your screen and run out.
There's the mouse.
And I turned that fucking video off, and my wife went to her
Cocked my
computer.
shotgun.
My wife went to her computer, and I went to mine. And we didn't talk for the rest of the evening because I was okay with this movie. You didn't have to include that, but you fucking did.
When you first started off saying, do you remember that movie with the animals in the armor? And then you said owls. I was sad because I thought you were going to bring up a movie that I watched as a kid like 3 times and it's awful.
Stella
Now,
Luna.
if
The
any
last
of-
Owlicorn?
No, if it
Golden
has nothing to do with owls. If any of
That
you know
game
what it
sucks.
is before I
That
show
game
you a
sucks.
picture,
sucks.
Warriors of Virtue.
Oh, okay, that's something I don't know.
This movie haunts me to this day. I'm not joking. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but with kangaroo people.
What? Wait,
Nope.
that's like Power
Let's-
Rangers,
let's
TMNT,
call
and Mortal
Ashley right
Kombat
now.
all mixed in one.
Dude, even now,
No.
I would still fuck Venus.
This is from like the 90s. He has water magic, earth magic, fire magic, I think wind magic, and earth and
That's one guy.
something. No, these are 5 people.
Okay. I was like,
And
wait,
they-
what?
And when the Fire
It's
Nation
so
attacked,
Fucking creepy to watch it.
I think I remember seeing the trailer for that.
It's one of those things where, like, their ears flicker when they talk because there's like diodes and shit in it, and just the way they move around and talk because it's real people in makeup. It's
Oh, I'm
it's
pretty
so-
sure I remember seeing the trailer for that, and the trailer looked really good, but the movie
It's
was
this kid
terrible.
who looks like Elijah Wood. Who,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's
I
getting
remember-
bullied and goes down like a wormhole, and then
Like-
he's like, "I'm with these kangaroo people
Like the
now."
oldest movie commercial I can remember is Captain Ron. That's as far back as I can go. That was a movie with, I'm pretty sure, Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and it just, I don't know what the fuck it was about. It was just about like this family went on this boat, and Kurt Russell was the captain. He had like one eye or some shit like that, or he was fine, but he was just like a drunk. And there's just this scene of like the sun is setting, and the dad is like holding onto this like ladder that's sticking out of the boat over the water. He's just like, "Captain Ron, Captain Ron." That's all I remember.
okay. Have you guys ever seen a movie? They're talking about.
that was pretty.
I was hoping that would go somewhere.
Okay.
Has anyone seen a movie called Escape from New York?
Yes,
With
I own
Snake
it.
Plissken?
Yes.
Yeah,
Plissken,
okay.
I own it.
I don't care what anybody says. I love both those movies.
What?
Finally, something Vault has an opinion about.
If you
Finally.
watch it,
Something I can finally relate to.
if you watch
Oh,
that first
fucks.
movie, it's so confusing because the beginning of it is set up like a sequel. Like, we should already know who Snake Plissken is. We should already know how badass he is, and that he doesn't get along with these people. There's no setup. There's no beginning story. There's no idea. Just like, well, Kurt Russell looks cool. Okay, all right. Why are they all talking to him like he's scum?
Finally, another movie we can remember him for, other than The Thing.
Big,
Hey.
what about Big
I'm not
Trouble in
talking
Little
shit
China?
Nope.
That was okay.
I'm not talking
wasn't
shit
he in
about
that
The Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not talking shit about The Thing. The Thing is a great movie. I ain't talking
Neither
shit
of you
about it.
seen Big Trouble in Little China?
I have. That's
The
why I
last
mentioned it.
death scene of that movie is probably one of the greatest things that's ever been put on cinema, and I'll show you immediately after this.
Wait, was it the explosion or the
Yeah.
knife throw?
No, the explosion.
Yeah, they're right. 'Cause yeah.
Talking about knife throws, there's something that me and Mouse bring up all the time, and we always laugh our fucking head off about it. Have you ever two seen Alone in the Dark with, what's his name?
The video game?
No,
the movie.
Slater.
With Christian Slater?
No.
No.
Where Surrey Central here is the airport?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
crop out the tower, and it's an airport.
I've seen Fantastic
Because
Four
the-
when they're out there,
yeah.
but no.
What?
Uh,
I don't care. I'm not watching it again.
the first Fantastic Four, that's...
That little like
Yeah.
by the liquor store or whatever, the entrance
'Cause
area.
how
That's
pretty it
their.
is.
That's where the Fantastic Four come out and all the press is there. And everything.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like the landing zone for NASA or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so in
Beautiful building, by the way, Sir Central.
Alone in the Dark is
Uwe Boll.
was originally an old video game that was like a point and click one. It was a really good video game, and then they remade that one with the oh, I'm so edgy, I have a scar in my eye.
Isn't that the one with like the
Pissed at
freaking disc
everything.
shuriken thing? Glow in the
Disc.
dark.
No.
disc.
No, that was Dark.
I haven't played it. I just remember
That's
seeing
Dark
the case.
Sector.
Dark
Oh, okay,
Sector.
okay.
You have the glade.
Yeah.
Anyway, in that movie, it's awful. It makes no sense. It's just randomly doing shit. But the main like special forces guy who apparently used to be like Christian Bale's childhood friend is Steven Dorff.
I love Steven. I love him so much.
You guys know who Steven Dorff is? He's Frost from Blade 1.
He's Deacon Frost.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
So
I
he's
love
in that movie.
guy. I love that guy from the
Deacon
bottom
Frost.
of my fucking heart.
If anyone doesn't know the scene, just look up. I can't like.
Steven Dorff
Watch
knife
the
throw.
movie. Yeah, Steven Dorff knife throw. So I'm gonna mime it for you two because I can't really like explain it in depth. So they're at the scene where there's the mad scientist guy who they've been trying to save, and you turn out he's the bad guy.
Okay.
And they're all standing there, and he's made them put down their gun. He's holding a machine gun.
Yeah, so
at them.
it's Steven Dorff, some girl, and
Tara Reid and
Kristen Slater.
And like they're all just talking, and it gets to the
In a minute.
it gets to the point where it's like obviously they're not going to talk this scientist guy down. So Steven Dorff's like, I'll kill him, but he does this like from where I am, he's at like the door. This guy with a machine gun, and Steven Dorff out of the back of his body armor pulls out like a Canadian Tire hunting knife, like a big ass thing.
Rucko
And
blade.
just gently does this and pulls it out, and then does like the weakest underhand throw, like this. He's like, huh! But it like rockets to the guy at like 1,000 kilometers an hour, and like buries into his chest. And then the scientist guy's like, oh! And he starts shaking at the sky. And he does like this Moroccan dance as he does.
Kill the white man. Kill the white man.
You
Kill
killed
the
Flame Princess.
Kill
Kill
the
Flame
white
Princess
man,
on
kill
the
the
way.
white man.
That's okay. She falls down.
Sorry about that.
But
She
falls
just like
down.
just this like gently like hi, and the knife is like, oh, you Ebola, you piece of shit. Fuck you, dying of fire.
you are fucking garbage.
Do you guys know who Ebola's?
No.
He's a director who's scum.
He
That explains a lot. Thank you.
Uwe Boll is the guy who directed Alone in the Dark,
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain,
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead, like
okay.
all the
Yeah,
video
yeah,
game
yeah.
movies he pretty much directed.
All those awful ones that that Marvel didn't make.
Yeah.
He's a Swedish guy.
No,
No, he's an
German.
American guy.
German.
He's a German guy who makes these movies with money from the German government. And what he does is, in Germany, you get paid even if the movie bombs, because you get a whole fuckload of tax write-offs for it being an art piece.
He works it out to the point where he pays no money and makes money. Even if one person bought this movie, which is
Mind blown.
it's pretty much people like us who like to make fun of them, he makes money because all the production fees that should have come out of his pocket came out of the German people's because of a loophole.
Yeah.
He is scum.
And what he does is, if you criticize his movies, he won't take you to court. He can't take you to court and win, because it's the whole German, American, Canadian thing. You can't touch us.
Yeah.
Your laws don't apply to us. But what he will do is he'll say, fight me in the ring. And he'll hold a boxing match for him to beat the hell out of you. Because he's a tough guy. He's a really tough guy. I'm pretty sure he's a former boxer.
But he's a prick.
Yeah, he's a really tough guy. And he'll beat the shit out of his critics. And he's done it. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Him beating the shit out of his critics. People who are willing to step into the ring
But
with him.
he is scum. Like, he makes awful movies and knows they're awful and makes money off them.
Is it kind of like that episode of Archer when he like gets to that island and like there's a bunch of pirates and shit like that, and someone challenges him to a fight? That person that challenges him doesn't have to actually fight him. He can get whoever he wants to fight. That person.
Yui Boll is a big fucking dude.
But
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Can I not go and get some fucking
Yeah, go
Samoan
ahead.
motherfucker to come in here?
Oh, I'd get Goldberg.
No, I'd get Thor.
I got.
Oh yeah, he wants to
Rock
beat the shit out of him,
Johnson.
doesn't he? There's a big guy in the movie industry who knows Uwe Boll and wants to beat the shit out of him.
I think it
But
might.
Uwe won't touch it.
I don't think it's Thor.
George St. Pierre.
Because nobody will fight Thor.
Nobody will
That
fight
is
Thor.
a fucking suicide
Who's
mission.
Thor?
He's the guy who plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
Oh, is that the heavy
He
bubbles
just
guy?
died. He just died.
Thor's not
That
dead.
giant guy?
In Game of Thrones or in real life?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
You hurt my chest there,
No,
Dee.
no, in real life.
What?
At 36 years old, he's died of heart failure. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
real life?
Yeah, the giant
We
fucking
need-
guy. Yeah.
Hang on.
It might be a different guy.
I'm gonna
different
cry
giant
in
guy
a
in the
second.
show, but I know he played on the show
Does it-
and he died in real life at 36
Does
years
he
old.
not do
Heart
that
failure.
heavy bubble shit?
Yeah, he
Yes.
does the heavy bubble commercial. He's this huge.
Oh, I fucking love him. I don't even know what he
He's-
does except for heavy bubbles in Game of Thrones. I fucking love him.
He's a weightlifter. He's the world's strongest
Someone
man.
just recently, like just on Thursday,
I
just
hope-
fucking died.
If he did, I'm gonna cry.
His name is George. Sorry, Gregory
Yeah.
Clegan?
Something like that.
He's dead.
His nickname is Thor.
Did I win? Did he die? Did I win?
Hang on. I gotta look this up.
Okay,
Holy shit.
anyway. Yeah, he's just terrifying man. And it was some MMA guy and him sparring. And it looks like a big svelte dad playing with his son. This guy is an MMA fighter who kicks the shit out of people. And when
the mountain's name is Gregor Clegan. That's not his real life name. That's the character's name. In real life, his name is Hafbjörn Julius Bjornsson.
As we butcher that name.
Okay, so who died?
I don't
Someone
know.
from Game of Thrones that was
He's
a
alive.
fucking giant died.
Did he die?
I'm 6 months older than him.
Yeah, he's
And
only
what
like,
are you doing with your life?
I'm 6 months older than this beast.
yeah, but he's just like he's
So is he dead?
he's
No, he's alive.
Okay.
Okay, no, I want to look up
he's
who died.
terrifying.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive.
not dead, right?
No, he's alive.
thank
as
And
far
a
as
lot
I
of
can
people
tell.
think that they do push like they do camera tricks. He's really that big. He's like gigantic.
Yeah.
I wanted him to play Killer Croc in Suicide Squad.
Europe's Strongest Man 2015. Mountain wins again.
Neil Fingleton. Neil Fingleton died.
Neil Fingleton. Hang
Yeah,
on.
the guy who plays this guy in Game of Thrones.
I don't know.
I don't watch the show, so
Looks like an edgier Haggard.
Oh, that sucks.
yeah,
But anyway.
he was almost 8 feet tall. Fucking died.
Whoa, shit.
36 heart failure.
Well, there are those people like the world's tallest man ever, who was like 8'3", died at the age of 19.
Did you
because
see-
his body just gave out?
Did you
God.
see? Did you see him? I don't know if it was that guy, but the Guinness Book of World Records, like the tallest man holding hands with the smallest person.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That was so fucking cool. Like,
That was weird.
Not to get all sappy, but that was like a very powerful picture. Like that's very cool.
Yeah.
Like to look at that tiny person, that was literally like a baby playing with his father. Like it was
Yeah,
like fucking.
He's the
tiny.
size of his
But they were
shoe.
both grown people.
I really like the idea that you are at the furthest end of the spectrum that
Yeah.
anyone could be, and you are at the height of the spectrum of anyone can be.
Yeah.
Anyone in the world we put between you two
Yeah.
is somewhere on the spectrum between you and you.
And we put
No
them
one's
together.
taller,
Yeah.
no one's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but those people die really fast. Like,
Yo, look at
Oh,
Andre.
sure.
Like
but it was
big
just like
dogs.
the fact that they were able to get those two living people
Yeah.
together. It was like that's.
I mean,
that's
look at
awesome.
Andre the Giant.
The planets
I mean, his
aligned
heart was
every
crushed.
1,000 years.
The clouds parted. It was like,
yeah, there are
The
those
planets aligned, they were struck by lightning, became the single gelatinous form, the coming of the end, as it were.
like his arm just becomes the small guy. He's just like, this is all I got. I lost a hand.
Alright,
This is a big game. This is
I'm not even gonna try.
how did we get here?
I'm a
How did we even get to talking about Bjorn?
I can't even pretend to do it like last time.
big guy.
He was saying, don't you think he's dead? Uwe Boll, Alone in the Dark. How did we get to Alone in the Dark?
Talking about the knife throw. What were we talking about? Knives?
We were talking about Escape from New York, Escape from LA, whichever one.
Yeah.
Okay, moving
Kurt
backwards.
Russell.
Kurt Russell, Captain Ron, movie trailers.
That creepy virtue one, owl one.
Yeah, the creepy, the Guardians. We went to your kangaroo thing. Owls.
Then-
We were talking about your Marvel thing. Of the Guardians.
Yeah. Okay.
How did we get to talking about the Guardians?
Bears.
Bears. Yeah.
We were talking about Vault brought up the bear killed the two people. We were talking
Yeah,
about news
flying
clips.
bear. Yeah.
I wanted to be on the news. That's when he was in the bathroom.
Yep. How to the name for Boston people.
Bostonians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the quick thing there.
Boston. Everyone who works at a dock
port,
has the
port.
Boston
That's
accent.
right, yeah.
Don't you put it in your mouth, puppets. PSAs. Here's a T-Rex. Here's a T-Rex. Going backwards from that is, I love the look of the here's a T-Rex.
Everyone's just going on.
TV shows that used to be good. Teletoon used to be
Let's
good.
just give up.
Channel 29 used to have music videos. Showcase used to have Kink, the Saturday Night Sex Show, when you saw Game of Thrones on for the first time.
Yes.
It's no fun when you're sober.
Game of Thrones.
He's always
a lot
sober.
easier.
Every episode he's sober.
Yeah, every 2 episodes.
Game of Thrones, and then we went from... How did we get from zombies to Game of Thrones? I think it's because
What were we talking
I
about
think
with
it was
zombies? What were we talking
I think it
about
was
with zombies?
kill old people, people with pets, and old people with pets
In the apocalypse.
in the
Okay.
apocalypse. You becoming a raider during the apocalypse. Why did we talk about the apocalypse?
Something about, I think it was something about a slave, but Eric being the fucking, no.
No, that's what happens during the apocalypse.
Yes, but how did we jump from that to, what's her name? Something Palmer or whatever.
Yeah.
Natalie Dormer.
Okay.
Not
Let's give up.
Dormer, yeah.
Real quick. While we went to Game Grumps Live, I'll finish the story. I was about to crash during like the beginning of the show. Like I wanted to sleep, but so I didn't laugh out loud. But the first thing that came out, I laughed hard and deeply. There's a guy named Vernon who's one of their employees who does editing and stuff, and none of them drink. None of the Game Grump people drink, but he does. And he's been going out to bars for the past 2 nights before they went to do the show. And he goes, so you people are the nicest people in the world. And I can tell you why. I've unironically, because I thought this is what you guys called it, I've been calling this the Couve. I've been calling Vancouver the Couve. And all you have said to me is, oh yeah, right, yeah, okay. Like no one has gone, what the fuck are you talking about? And now on Twitter, the Couve was like trending because everyone here was like, yeah, we'll go on Twitter. We'll make Vernon happy. We'll spread that.
The Couve. That sounds dirty.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, that's what we call it here. And everyone was
Stuck
too
it
nice
right
to
in
be
our
like,
Couve.
fuck off.
Nice Super Saiyan all over her face.
After I gave her the Google.
Oh, we'll sign off right after this. Do you two know what Charizarding is?
What is
Yes,
Charizarding?
Charizarding.
Charizarding is when you set the girl's pubes on fire and then you put it out with your cum.
That was a
and then-
prairie fire.
What?
No,
That's a
keep,
prayer.
No,
just listen.
And then you flap your wings
Your
and
arms.
scream at the top of your lungs, you don't have enough badges to train me.
Okay. I want to leave you guys with something. This is something that was passed down from a bunch of my father's friends, and it was from their grandfathers. Okay, this is something that they were drunk. They were hanging out one night, and they came up with something, and you guys might not even find it funny, but I asked them about it.
Sodomy is
And here
funny.
it is, okay?
Shit got real somber.
If you're driving down the road and all the wheels fall off your boat, how many pancakes does it take to fill a doghouse? 9, because snakes have no armpits.
What the fuck?
No.
This was
Thank you
passed
for having
down.
me, guys.
You know
This
what
was
the funniest
this
part
was
is?
literally made like 200 years ago.
The funniest thing is you think that's crazy. I'm going to show you pictures on Monday. I'm going to have 100 whiteboards in that other room, and I'm going to figure this out. There's math behind that. I can
Yep,
figure
let's
out.
do it.
I
I'm
can
so down for
quantify
that.
it.
Because what if we're talking about one of those cars that you could turn into a boat? Like one of those cars that like you could seal it
James
off.
Bond car.
No, they're the ones.
There's ones you can buy.
No, they're
Yeah,
they're like the
ATVs.
1960 ones.
Yes,
They would,
yes.
It would lock them in
yeah.
that thing, and you would go across the thing and drive up on the other
We're not
side.
talking about the ones that go in water. There's an actual car that turns into a submarine. You just floor it into the water and it goes.
What the fuck? Because I only know the
Those motherfuckers thought they were real fucking clever,
You
didn't
just
they?
floor it into the water, and then you click a button, and your tires drain of air, and then a propeller comes out from underneath where your trunk should be.
Because we can actually determine how many pancakes we can put in a doghouse, and if it's 9 because snakes have no armpits, what if we can put more than 9 pancakes inside of a doghouse?
Snakes
How
have
big are
armpits.
these pancakes?
How big is
are
the
the
doghouse?
snake's armpits?
How big is the doghouse?
This is
What kind of
you
dog do
ruined
they have?
this now.
Let's just say the dog is wide.
Tune in
Why
next
is
week.
the
You know what that is? That's one of those old people troll things.
Yep.
Yeah. But like
200 years
I've
old,
never,
guys.
I've never told you of the troll one that my dad used to say to the entire neighborhood. I'm not going to say it right now because it takes like half an hour to say. If anyone wants to know what it is, it's a troll story
We'll do it next time.
about the Great Blue Baboon. If anyone wants to know what it is, just comment or whatever, and I will do the whole in-depth thing, and we'll use it as a bonus
Does
video.
a baboon still have a red ass?
No, well, I don't know. But
We'll get to
but
that.
I'll explain it.
See, what kind of dog it is and what kind of doghouse they have is a variable. So we have to replace
Exactly.
that
Well,
with
there's a lot
why.
of
We're not doing this. We're drunk.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. My name is Mouse.
I'm great.
I'm Doom.
I'm Vault.
See you next time.
Thank you very much.